Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero here, back with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. That's right, it's time for some Kane's Wrath action again today. We have another game here for you today, of course, live from the Revora server. Well, not exactly live, but you know what I mean. It's from the Revora server. We have seemed to picked up just a little bit. The community is still definitely down, but we'll have to see how it goes. More people will jump on board as time goes on. But we have a game here for you today. It's Wookibert, and I don't know why, but it just reminds me of Cybert so much because of the Bert. And Wookibert's like, it's because of the Bert, isn't it? I'm like, yes it is. But no, two different people. So we got Wookibert and KiMOsaBE. That's right, KiMOsaBE, Big Owl, playing it. He's actually been featured quite a bit, hasn't he? And look at the map, guys. Look at the map. We're on infested coastline. You've seen this before from one of the ladder wars I casted just earlier on last month, I think. But we're going to jump in here, and we had Pi. Pi is observing, but everyone's like, oh, you have to call him Kappa now. Kappa. Okay, but I like to call him Pi, because that sounds better. But we have KiMOsaBE playing as the Cyan GDI. Loves the Cyan color. I'm not sure if there's the thing with him and Cyan, or if he's just a fan of blue. But I mean, he doesn't pick blue. There is blue color. It's just darker. But Cyan's kind of like aqua, I guess. Aqua's more of a greenish color, I guess, but nonetheless, he's KiMOsaBE's playing as the GDI here. We have Wookibert, and Wookibert is playing as the Marked of Kane, as you can see here now. You guys should know this map. I have been around it once, but while things get started, we'll just go again. So basically, KiMOsaBE's on the bottom right-hand side here. There's a bit of space behind his field for units to hide. Not really much use for this back corner, I guess. Maybe some scouting units. And again, you can go behind this Tiberium arc here, little gap here, and you've got an expansion field. Not fully grown. I mean, it can grow much larger than this. And of course, if we go down here, there's some water, there's some bridges, destructible. Nice building here for good scouting because it can scout this bridge and it can scout this land bridge here. There's a spike over here and the corner of the map. The same is mirrored on the other side. KiMOsaBE's not going to get to that building before Wookibert does. He's going to be disappointed. And of course, KiMOsaBE's spike over there. You can see there's the land bridge for this side, the destructible bridge for this side, which again goes into the back of this field here, which is nice because you can go all the way back and around and behind, or you can go cut into the field here and you can go over there. So this is the other field, which is in the middle, mirrored on the other side as well. And of course, Wookibert has the same. He's gone for bike, so again, we'll have to cut the map preview short a little bit, but you guys get the general gist of it. You can follow the big pentagon, triangle, rhombus thing, or whatever it's called, around the map as I go around. But Wookibert is moving out with just 3 bikes. Okay, he's just like, alright, I'm just going to go 3 bikes. He went for a second ref, and he's kept it, so he didn't sell it off, which is what people can do to get a boost here. Now, did he go across the bridge? No, he's going to cut straight over here. I don't think KiMOsaBE saw this either. I think he might have lost his scout over there. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but he's coming in, and KiMOsaBE does not appear to be aware of the fact that there are bikes in his base. There are 3 of them, which is really the minimum for this kind of rush. KiMOsaBE is going to bring it back. He does have a pitbull, but he's going to have to pull the harvester behind the war factory. There's no real gap for it to get through. It's trying to get through there. Can it get through? It is going to get through, but is it going to be too late? Oh, Wookibert would like to get a kill, and he does get a kill, and 1 bike is going to escape. Nice little maneuver there. Just spins around those buildings and then off up to the top of the map. That was pretty cool. But yes, Wookibert there. 2 bikes for a harvester. That's very nice. It's not going to put him behind. It's going to put him slightly ahead, but when I mean ahead, I mean it's not really noticeable. It's just a morale damager for KiMOsaBE there. And of course, we're going to see that Wookibert has 4 harvesters out, and KiMOsaBE is now a harvester down. So that's going to be nice. He's going to have to wait a while for that 4th harvester to come, or essentially his 5th harvester to come back out. So Wookibert put himself nicely to go to the expansion as well. He's already, I mean, he hasn't got the expansion there, but he's already got his construction yard there. Earlier command post here, or operations center. Not sure what he's going to do with that. His mocks, there's no flame weaponry. Maybe for dozer blades. He's planning on going to scorpion tanks with dozer blades. There's 2 pit bulls here actually, and hang on a sec, there's really not a lot to stop this this pit bull harassment. He needs to keep moving around the war factory, but he's not doing it. Another battle marker down there is just a pit bull or some infantry standing on the field there, and he does get an ent blast off from the sold off what do you call it? The sold off turret there, and he's going to force these pit bulls back. He's not going to lose anything. Neither side will lose anything. He did pull the harvester off the line for a while, or a little bit longer than a while, which is still a bit of a plus considering he hasn't actually lost anything either. The harvester is at half health as well, so of course that's going to cause some problems. But we have scorpion tanks out, no dozer blades, so he's still low on power. So he didn't actually upgrade. Is he doing anything with that operation center? Is he going for a tech center? This will be crazy if it's a tech center, because if it's not a tech center, I'm just wondering why he built that operation. Yeah, it is. Wow, I was going to say, because there's really no reason to build an operation center that early on in the game if you're not going for some kind of fast tech and or trying to get some kind of fast dozer blade out. Something along those lines here. We have this guy here is probably going to die to this, what do you call it? Rifleman squad. I'm not sure what they're doing. They appear to both be stuck, don't they? That's interesting. But nonetheless, Pitbull's swinging around, taking a swing at that harvest. It's not the damaged one. The damaged one is over there, but he's going to put another one down to 50% health. But this time, he's going to lose a Pitbull, and that's going to go down again. Scorpion Tank's pretty much just to defend himself until this fast tech gets rolling. Did he sell his MCV? I think he sold his MCV. No, it's over here. I think maybe he's going for an obelisk push. And KiMOsaBE is actually going to leave this base. Well, I think that's a pretty smart decision. He obviously knows about this. And he's like, hang on a second, I'm going to get base pushed. I don't have tier 3. He's going to use obelisk. It's going to be too hard to defeat without a big army, which he doesn't have. He's going for orcas though, and pitbulls, which are really fast and things like that. They won't stop a base push though. But again, Wookibert is going to need to set up a refinery economy somewhere along the line here, because he can't just keep moving around without putting refs on expansions. And again, there is an obelisk going to come down. KiMOsaBE is probably happy to just harvest here as long as possible until the obelisks start getting dropped down. A few Scorpion tanks down here, they are getting picked off by the orcas. Orcas on hold fire, now they're going to switch targets. A few Predator tanks here as well, and these Scorpion tanks are really caught out of position. Like, I'm not sure what they're really going to be able to do against this. They're going to have to retreat, but at the same time, they'll probably all be destroyed by the orcas before they can get back to any AA. There is a stealth tank here, so wow, that's interesting. He has got a defensive structure queued. I'm not sure if it was an obelisk the first time around, because I think he might have cancelled it and maybe he's changed it to a SAM site. But nonetheless, no, it is an obelisk. He's going to put it down. But power problems for Wookibert here. Interesting strategy on an infested coastline here. And KiMOsaBE sells up their refinery. And of course, he's going to be able to get these harvesters away, which is very nice. So KiMOsaBE doing everything right here. But Wookibert definitely a strong push. And now he's got double ref on this base, which is going to pressure KiMOsaBE. Stealth tanks. Oh no, they're taking out all the orcas. And nice split there. He doesn't finish off the last one. It doesn't actually have any ammo, so it has to land again. And oh man, these harvesters are going to go down anyway. KiMOsaBE, and they're realizing, yeah, he's trying to move them, but really there's nothing he can do against them. No micro in the world is going to be able to save them. He's probably just going to go in and get the last kill on that one there, and he needs to pull these guys back. Stealth Tank's actually going to continue to engage those predators. We got beacons back here as well. No, it's not beacons, sorry. We got battle markers. All the harvesters being pulled off the line. There's at least one dead harvester, probably two. Going to be a third one maybe. There's bikes, buggies, and some random Scorp tanks, and they do get another harvester, so that's bad for Wookibert. But nonetheless, the stealth tanks got forgotten about as well, and he does manage to pick them both off. That's important, again, because Wookibert really needed those for his harass. He's only got random units. He has no Tib core as well, so this small group of units is really all he's got. He could probably sell off one of these refineries, and again, building more harvesters now instead of stealth tanks. His tech is pretty vulnerable here, and he's going to go down here to find out what KiMOsaBE has. Wow. He had to place a refinery on the top there. There is a slope here, so obviously he couldn't place it far enough compared to where his MCV was. Now he's trying to move it down here so he can get better placement. Doesn't lose a harvester, but he gets them pulled off the line. Doesn't really trade any real significant units there, only a couple to do so, and that's definitely a win for Wookibert there. Just, again, he needs to keep KiMOsaBE off this field as long as possible. Tech center is down. So no doubt we're going to see Juggernauts coming out, and Wookibert going for infantry. But again, mock infantry, not the strongest in the world. He will be able to destroy the command center, which means there's going to be no AP ammo. So I guess with no AP ammo, he has got a pretty good chance on them. But he might need a shrine. Again, they can only get the Tiberium Infusion upgrade. They cannot get Confessors, just because mock already get Awaken type squads and things like that. But nonetheless, here we go. KiMOsaBE's realized, hang on a second, this is really vulnerable. 2 upgraded power plants in the tier 2 and tier 3. You know, look out, and Wookibert using this building as cover to try to lure the units around. He's going to be able to pick off as many as he can. It's a nice positioning actually there from Wookibert, but ultimately once these units get around the building, he's going to be fine. I'd like to see if this is going to be rocket squads or fanatics. I think it's going to be fanatics. Wow, nice Imp blast there. And yeah, fanatics coming out. The predator tanks aren't going to be liking this at all, and they're going to come in. Oh geez, oh bam! One predator tank goes down. Remember, it's always cost effective to kill them with the fanatics because the fanatics are just cheaper. Infantry over here, they could start destroying that. There is dead harvester Tib there as well. Obelisk comes down, going to be able to protect this field, but again, he could probably move over here and force him to drop another one. But that harvester is as good as dead, and the obelisk now picking off the rest of these units here. Again, no anti-infantry to stop the fanatics, so they will destroy this force regardless. And yeah, they're picking off that pred tank there. Few pitbulls making it out to here, so you do something about that. Oh no, unfortunately gets that infantry force picked off, so Wookibert not able to capitalize. He has of course saved all of his tech. That harvester probably needs to chill and stay on this field. He's only got 2 harvesters on this field without that one there, so Wookibert again doesn't really have the economy. He is suffering in the economy department. And There's even a harvester here not doing anything. He's given it an order and he's forgot to put it back to work. So again, Wookibert is actually a pretty decent player. We did see him in the World Championships there. Got a fencing field on the Tech Lab. Again, he did manage to save all these structures, which is nice. A few more Fnatic squads are here. He could probably stop building those. I'm not sure if he realizes this barracks is still queued up to build those Fnatic squads. And again, forces coming in here, and he really doesn't have a lot to defend. All the obelisks got sold off by the looks of things. And the Shredder turret really isn't going to do anything to this force at all. That one Scorpion tank really going to be able to punch down these units here. Putting down minefields as well. Oh man, that's just annoying. That is just annoying. He could probably get a harvester kill if there's enough mines there as well. And again, we can see the stealth field going off because the pitbull's all getting destroyed, so there's nothing to reveal the stealth anymore. And again, just continuing to drive over these mines. That harvester is pretty low on health. I think he's going to be okay. Yeah, he's going to be okay by the looks of things, but they're very, very soft, so they're right for the picking. And look at that, the Fanatics are running into the field, but I think Wookibert forgot he was playing GDI, so the machine guns on the harvesters actually kill all of those squads. And again, if you had Tiberium Infusion, that does increase the hit points and the speed of the Fnatic squad, so he could have definitely done with that. I think the Marv is about to come out as well. Just more problems for Wookibert there. But again, he's in a pretty good position. KiMOsaBE doesn't want to Marvis his field. He needs to get another ref down here because this one's just in a terrible position. AP ammo tower comes up, so he has got AP ammo already and done. He's going to try to attack the tower, at least maybe lower its cell cost. And Wookibert, again, he needs something really to counter this. He's got 4 harvesters on here, so he's doubled his harvester count on there. He's still got 2 harvesters over here, not really doing a lot. They're not really harvesting anything. There's just no Tiberium left. Wow, he does have double ref down here, but again, it's just 2 harvesters. You think double ref is great, but the fact of the matter is, there just isn't the harvesters here to refine. A few Scorpion tanks do make it through to this base. They are trying to pick off this power plant. They may well get it. KiMOsaBE might want to change targets and shoot these damage tanks just to lower the force multiplier, but I think he should pull those back because these Scorp tanks are so badly damaged. But he is actually going to try. Oh, he could have dropped the tower, I reckon, and he might be able to get a kill on that Scorpion tank. No, not quite. Pitbull's coming in and pulling the harvesters off the line again. There's no defense here, and the harvesters are stacking as well. Stealth tanks respond, and the Scorpion tanks as well, and they should be able to take care of these Pitbulls. He might be able to get that last one. No, it's not going to happen. And they all go down there. But nonetheless, the Marv is probably going to be Marvisting over here pretty shortly. KiMOsaBE loading it up with 2 rails, 2 engineers as well. A few obelisks here, some of them behind the buildings, which is great. Now remember, Mock have like a ridiculous amount of EMP at their disposal, so it's really great for them to counter epic units. Probably the best faction in the game to counter epic units. But again, no Tiberium core and no EMP coils. Again, probably doesn't need EMP coils, but he does need a shrine and a stealth tower to defend this base, because otherwise KiMOsaBE is going to slowly use his artillery to destroy it. Stealth tanks come in, they do pick off a harvest. I'm not sure if any got killed, I don't think so. And he does use a scan. That's interesting. He used a scan, and dodging the sonic shots really just not enough there for him. And he could have probably stayed there a little bit longer. There's really nothing around here. He could get both his power plants and then drive back into this base. But again, the Marv just fighting with the Obelisk. And again, the Obelisk do a lot of damage against the Marv. And you can see he's knocked it down to about 30% of its health. So Wookibert just stabilizing. And now he's attacking the tech center. So KiMOsaBE better do something about that, because he really needs to be able to be building juggernauts. And he just can't do so without his tech center. And look at that, the tower can't really do much while those guys re-stealth. And again, the AP ammo tower's now coming up. Wookibert might want to move around to the other side, but I don't think he's going to get the tech center yet. It's just got too much health with the sonic field as well. Battle marker up there, it's nothing really. And Wookibert is actually going to stay here, and then he realizes, yeah, he's realized that he's not going to get that tech center. Does a lot of damage to it. It's going to be able to pick off some pitbulls, because again, he's going to end up back in this corner and trapped. And he should be able to get another volley off before he goes down. Yeah, so he's going to get one more pitbull kill. And that stealth tank is going down. Still using infantry. He's got Spectre artillery, sells off one of his refiners, which means he's pretty desperate for some money. Got these Scorp tanks here still. Again, no dozer blades. Real lack of upgrades here for Wookibert. I don't think he has any upgrades at all in this game. And he's going for his own Redeemer as well. So interesting there. The Scorp tanks do just drive straight past the War Factory, grab a little bit of repairs. And again, he does have fast like engineers, so he could be setting those all over the map to grab spikes, things like that. But Wookibert is going to be pushed straight back, loses one of those stealth tanks again. He has a Spectre artillery. Wow, he's got 3 of them. I didn't even realize he's got 3 Spectre artillery. That's bad. That is bad for KiMOsaBE, because he's going to be able to start putting the pain on this base. And really, someone should take this building, because it is right there. And if those rifles get into it, they could kill all the rockets, and it would just be a pain. It would just further slow down Wookibert. But he has 3 Spectres. He's using them to target units, which is not the best. And yeah, he has to re-stealth now because the Orcas are outforced. And again, he needs to take this building. I think KiMOsaBE's seen it. I think KiMOsaBE's going to take this building. No, KiMOsaBE isn't taking the building either. Did people not realize that is there? Oh my god. He's just running these rifleman squads in now, not even sure where these rocket squads are going. But again, somebody gets some upgrades. I don't think KiMOsaBE, aside from APM, has almost no upgrades as well. And both these harvesters are probably going to go down. Wookibert not even pulling that one off the line. He does respond with Scorpion tanks, but it's not going to be fast enough to save that one harvester. Vertigo Bomber's responding. I think that might have been a Q move because you don't want to use Vertigos against Pitbulls. And I think KiMOsaBE, he revealed the stealth, so if he was looking at it right then and there, he would have realized, hang on a second, Vertigo Bombers are out. I need to get some Firehawks or something because they're going to be able to destroy these Juggernauts like so easily. And I'm not sure if he just can't make up his mind, but he didn't actually drop his bomb there. Again, you should have Vertigos on a hold fire stance because you really want to give them their targets. And he's going to come in. He might be able to drop that. No, not quite. It's pretty close though. Another battle market over here. These Pitbulls make it all the way through to the back of the base, and he's still got these harvesters on this base, which he really doesn't need. And there's another MCV here as well, and getting those guys back to work. There is an Obelisk here. Should be able to take out these last units. And the Redeemer comes through. It's going to go for a rage gen. It's only got one garrison, so he needs to get back. Spectre Artillery do take out that husk, and obviously that's our last unit there. Orca's coming in, and they do get a pulse scan down, and they will be destroying more harvesters. So Wookibert losing a large number of harvesters in this game. That's not good for him at all. He does manage to shoot down one of these Orcas, but again, the harvesters that are docked aren't stealth, and KiMOsaBE is going to exploit that, taking it down. One Pitbull does remain. Is it actually going to get a harvest kill? No, it does not quite get a harvest kill. Still no Dozer Blade. Another MCV out here for Wookibert. He just hasn't harvested much this field. He's actually harvested tons of this field, but again, he's been at this field forever and he's hardly touched it, so just finding it really difficult. Managing to take more Juggernauts down, and there are more Vertigo Bombers here now. There's 4 of them, which is great. That's 2 Juggernaut kills in one attack, and if they're bunched up, which they pretty much always are, you can get a lot more. He's going to go for the Marv though, and oh man, look at all the damage that does to the Marv. He wiped off about 25% of its health with just one strike. That is great. And the Spectre Artillery now scoring direct hits on those units. But the Orcas are coming in. They do destroy at least 1, maybe 2 Spectre Artillery. There's so much wreckage over there I can't see. But there's avatars here now. The Scorpion tanks needn't bother even trying to engage this Marv. They are just fodder at the moment. They could be doing much better things like protecting harvesters. Again, the avatars and the Redeemer can take care of this. But again, he is pushing forward with these 3 avatars, and yeah, he needs to take out that Juggernaut because basically that's in range. But no, he's going to turn around, which is a good idea because KiMOsaBE's pulled back to the repairs and the base defenses. And here come the Vertigo Bombers, and oh man, they're going to fly right over this force. They do get the bombs off. Oh, is it enough? It's not quite enough. And 2 Vertigos go down. Ouch, that hurts. They are expensive. They are not like Firehawks, even though you really don't want to lose Firehawks either. But they're $1,800 each. The Redeemer goes down. This is looking pretty bad for Wookibert, firing at AA turrets, which is not what he needs to be doing. He needs to pull back, I think. He needs to get out of there. Does level that husk. That's nice work. Engineer is here. Repairs the comm center back to full health. KiMOsaBE saves his Marv. That was tense. That was tense. Both their bases close together. Now, Wookibert still does retain these avatars. He could even dual beam them up if he wants to. He doesn't have a Redeemer engineering facility, but he is rebuilding. He rebuilt one of his Vertigos, but not the other one, so he's still rocking 3, selling, recycling. He does have this base over here, and Wookibert has, he's definitely had control, vast control of the, what do you call it? And oh man, this is not good. This is not good. Those Vertigo Bombers, they will destroy what do you call it? A Juggernaut, but losing 2 of them there, I don't think he intended to send them in, and he just realized it once they got in there. You don't rally aircraft into the enemy base unless you're watching, because that's just not a good rally point. You always rally point to an area outside of the enemy base, and he's going to be targeting that air tower. Does he have enough missiles? Oh my god, he gets the Vertigo on the deck. The second one didn't actually finish building, so that gets cancelled, so at least Wookibert gets his money back. He's obviously watching elsewhere. MCV has packed up, getting repairs on the avatars as well, but the MCV is not making a move. 3 Spectre Artillery are here, and once again, this building is just standing idle. He could definitely put some rockets in there, do something about it. KiMOsaBE's got his Marv back up to about half health, which is nice. The MCV is actually moving forward, so he's trying to get it forward here, and that's going to be devastating, but the artillery is starting to rain down. The Spectre Artillery are under attack from these Juggernauts here. Again, the Awakened squad's moving forward. He could use some EMP blasts if he was microing a bit better here, but I think he's just got them on a general attack move. Obelisk comes down, so he's got dual MCV. KiMOsaBE should probably realize he's got dual MCV, and the Avatar there pulling back a little bit. Orcas are striking the Spectre Artillery. There's really no AA here at all, and all the Spectre Artillery go down, so that's bad. That's bad for Wookibert. He kind of needed that with his base push here, And again, no shrine or anything like that. Sells off his Redeemer Engineering facility straight away. Avatar's getting shelled by these Juggernauts. And again, look at that. One goes down, but it's just from behind the War Factory, so that's pretty bad. Small group of forces over here. Looks like Bloodhounds got dropped in with a few other units, and they're coming over to this base now. There's a lot of harvesters to be destroyed over there, so he needs to do something about that. Vertigo Bomber's flying around. We have a beacon here. Is it going to be a Shockwave or an Orca Strike? I think it's an Orca Strike because it hasn't hit yet. There we go. Raged and goes off. The Marv is in a very precarious situation, but again, the Orca's coming in, sniping down the Spectre artillery, and again, too many Spectres going down. He is rebuilding the Vertigos, which are bombing. They're bombing a lot of stuff. I'm not even sure what they're actually bombing, but they are bombing. Meanwhile, these forces up here just destroying all the harvesters. Wookibert not responding at all to that aggression in the top of the map at the moment, and he kind of needs that Tiberium. And look at this. Oh my god, he just lost all his Vertigos on the deck. Heroic Orca, KiMOsaBE. I think it's just experience and attrition now. Wookibert is just losing continual engagements here all over the map, and KiMOsaBE with this base head looking pretty strong. 2 Sonic Emitters, 4 Juggernauts. The Marv is still rocking it, and he's got these Orcas. No hard points, mind you. I'm not even sure where their airfield is. Where is their airfield? Do they even have an airfield? They don't have an airfield, so it must have been lost at some point in time. Maybe Wookibert did some kind of attack we didn't see, but nonetheless, he's going to send these guys back. So he's got a veteran, an elite, and a heroic. So all he needs to do now is build another one. He's got one of every rank. And here we go. We do have a shrine out finally from Wookibert, and he does put down the stealth or the disruption tower. But it's not going to prevent these guys from destroying his harvesters. And look at that! Everything here got destroyed by the looks of things. KiMOsaBE just destroying all those harvesters. And now Wookibert needs to get some more harvesters. He's under attack though, and this is the point here. He doesn't have the economy now. He's got an Enlightened Squad. I'm not sure if actually built that or what, but nonetheless, Rage Gen goes off, and that's going to cause some problems. A lot of good EMP blasts. That's a better engagement there from Wookibert. Now he's got the advantage that KiMOsaBE is out in the open, and he is going to pick off. He's going to have 3 Juggernauts down now. He really could be using his Vertigo Bombers if he still had those EMP blasts going off, and of course the Enlightened really good at it. And they're going to be destroying, or are they Enlightened? Yeah, Enlightened and Awakened. You've got to remember the difference. And there we go. Another Imp Blast goes off. KiMOsaBE's Marv is in a bit of trouble. It looks like this is going to be a Shockwave Artillery, I think. No, it's not. It's going to be an Orca Strike. And the Imp does wear off on the Marv. So, again, doesn't have quite enough. He should probably just destroy these husks. Yes, nice move there, because I don't think he can destroy the Marv. He just doesn't have the firepower, but he needs to clean up these husks because the engineers are coming out, and he does grab. I didn't even see the engineer there. Just ninja grabbed that avatar, but he is going to be able to destroy all these other Juggernaut husks, which is nice, which is important because the Juggernauts are much more important. And Orca's coming in. Again, there's just no AA here. Another avatar does go down, and he will be destroying the rest of these Juggernauts. Now KiMOsaBE is doing the move forward. Does he have? No, he doesn't have hard points. I think with just the sheer lack of AA, he should just go for hard points at this point in time. Again, he could be really just like completely crushing the remainder of Wookibert's forces here. He's going for an upgrade now, and again, just taking the avatars back away from Wookibert now. Rage Gen goes off, and that's going to be nice. It's going to force him to kill a lot of these units. Engineers getting killed as well, and the Marv just turning on the avatars. That's going to do some nice damage. There is a Fnatic squad there, but I think only one of them actually made it to their target here. And Wookibert pulling back under the stealth, which is nice. And KiMOsaBE finally grabs that structure, realizing, hang on a second, there's a structure here, and he's going to put triple rifles in there, which means all this infantry is going to get melted, and it goes down. And look at that, he's putting a War Factory right in the middle of this base here, and he does crush both those avatars, which is very nice, but rear armor getting fired at. KiMOsaBE obviously has some kind of stealth detection here. Yeah, he just scanned again. Oh, this disruption tower cannot quite reset. Oh man, he just got another heroic Orca, and the Orcas need to get out of there. KiMOsaBE, yeah, pull those guys back. He does lose the veteran one, but I don't think it really matters. He saved the important one. And Engineers coming out now, trying to go for those husks. And there are avatars here. He's going to have to try to... Yeah, he quickly kills the Engineer. And the Marv is now veteran. He's watch out. He's probably going to get crushed by that Marv. But again, there is a disruption tower here, which means when he walks back far enough, he has the aid of stealth. But that avatar just dancing around and not being able to do it. And now KiMOsaBE grabbing these avatar husks here. And more EMP blasts going down. And we have double obelisk here, but he does lose that avatar. He needs to get like a barracks down here right now because KiMOsaBE is using his own weapons against him. Pretty intense fight here now, and Wookibert is just losing control. But look at the Tiberium he's had under his control. He just cannot harvest the Tiberium he needs to. What was that? I think it was a Scorpion tank. Yeah, it looks like a Scorpion tank judging by the wreckage. KiMOsaBE having to pull back his Marv, which is at least some relief here for Wookibert. And he does have a hand of nod here. That one avatar is going to escape. But again, there's no stealth tower here. It got destroyed. And now he's going to lose the rest of his base, probably. KiMOsaBE again bringing out the Engineers to reclaim these husks. He's reclaimed them quite a number of times already. And another Sonic Emitter comes down here, and that's going to be the end. And yeah, Wookibert realizes that he can't hold this position, and he is going to pull back. A lot of harvesters on this field. There's 3 harvesters here, and surprisingly, he does have economy over here. If he had a second ref, it'd be sweet, but he just needs to... I don't know what that upgrade he was going for was. It might have been fast legs. but he just doesn't have. I don't think Wookibert has a single upgrade this whole game, and he's been paying some pretty severe cost, like penalties for it as well. In fact, the only upgrade he's been getting is power plant upgrades, so I'm not even sure if that counts. KiMOsaBE, on the other hand, looks like he's just got AP ammo. Really, really low upgrade game. You see things like this where you had the game going on for so long that they really should have done something about that. Still no upgrades on the Orcas. He could be going for sensor pods as well. He's got 2 heroic Orcas. They're just completely repairing themselves in midair, and look at their rate of fire as well. You got to be careful because their rate of fire is so fast. You have to mark it pretty crazy because they actually only got 1 harvester. When the amount of damage they had in those units probably could have done a lot more. He does have fast legs, okay, so he did get legs. He did get the legs done, and he is going to strike that that refinery there. Accidentally powers it down, so that was definitely an accident here. Again, he has a big swarm of infantry, probably want to get Tib Infusion, but again, been operating without it. Nod rocket squads are actually pretty crap without any upgrades, so he's still continuing to build those. He does have double ref, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 and 2 here, and he's got economy, so he's got enough to make a stand, but he sold off everything. Oh my god, he sold off all of his base to get to this point. And KiMOsaBE now has an army, 3 avatars in this army, 1 Juggernaut, and the Marv is still alive with random Orcas, and he's been doing this off just a little bit of Tiberium. He is out of Tiberium, okay, which is notable. This base here is all his Tib that he's got left. Tib Troop is actually slowing down that harvester, preventing it from getting away, but yeah, realizing he doesn't want to go into that Sonic emitter because it will one-shot those rocket squads there. And he has SAM turrets coming down. That harvester is as good as dead. Those heroic Orcas probably do not even care, and they're just going to come in and they strike it down. And again, yeah, the SAM turrets just can't do enough damage. It's just, they're not powerful enough. They don't have Tib core. And again, he needs more units there, and he puts down another SAM turret, but he just doesn't have the power for it. Harvesters need to get back to work now, and yeah, he's got this position very well defended. It seems to be pretty good, easy to defend this position, even though it appears to be on the low ground. But KiMOsaBE had great success defending out his area as well. He's got another war factory. Mammoth tanks out. He's getting to the point now where he's getting his eco back up. He's not going for railguns though. He's getting his eco back up. And we'll have to see what Wookibert's going to do. I think he's going for a stealth tower, which is wise. It'll make his defense 1,000 times easier if he has that up there. And he has got a structure queued. He's not going for Tib Infusion, which again you think he probably would go for. War Factory comes down. He does hold 1 avatar, puts the stealth tower right in the middle of the base, so it's impossible to kill from ground units. They have to move around all these buildings, which they won't be able to see. Few people's rolling in. There are a few units here. This looks like the Bloodhound still that he must have called in, so they've got all veterancy ranks unless they've been killing a ton of stuff. Wookibert does have a lot of Tiberium back here as well. What's happening over here? Orcas and units now destroying the base over here. There is an engineer which is running for Wookibert's spike, because why the hell not? 2 stealth towers go down, so he's really looking to crush any kind of attack in here. Again, no Tib Infusion on the way. But still, Wookibert does. He's got a few EMP buggies out, but they don't actually have the EMP ability, so I'm not sure why he's building those. He's got a lot of units here. He could actually destroy the Marv given time, because he's got enough EMP and he's rallying all his units down here, but it looks like KiMOsaBE's army is over here, and he could save his Marv if he wants to. I think he's just concerned about the level of infantry. He's got a handful of APCs. I think he's just going to flank this whole base. I think he left it too late because there's so many rocket squads here now that the Marv goes down. Wow, he crushed it. Look at those rockets though. They're so heavily overlapped. He needs to do something about that now. And this engagement, EMP blasts go down, and oh man, Wookibert all of a sudden coming into his own. Oh, far out. Why couldn't he play like this about 5 or 6 minutes early? He's going to crush both those avatar husks. If he can take those husks, he'll be in business. And all of a sudden, KiMOsaBE's like, hang on a second. Wow, I did not choose my engagement too well then. But you can't blame him. He thought he was in a great position, and he just got burned. ABC's trying to move across the bridge as well. Meanwhile, this force is hurting KiMOsaBE away. It looks like his units have gone somewhere. Oh no, his units are up here. Okay, wow. He's gone up to the top here, so moving to the top side of the base. There are enlightened here. They don't have their supercharged beam upgrade, but he's pretty much using them just for their ability to kill lightly armored vehicles and EMP, but there's so many APCs here. No EMP blast coming down just as of yet. He gets one off. Nice shot with the EMP, and that nails down almost half the army with just 1 EMP. He's going to need some follow-up EMP. The avatars are here, though. He did reclaim the husks, so now Wookibert defending his field out nicely. There's an Orca strike coming on the rockets, which he needs to move pretty quickly. Again, no Tiberium Fusion, but he does crush the army, and there is an avatar here. He could lock it down. Did he just EMP his own units? I think he just shot an EMP at his own units, which probably wasn't the best idea, but he's got himself another avatar husk, and all of a sudden he's going to be up to 3 avatars. And the tech center is back down, so Wookibert He needs to make a move, and the thing is, look at all this tib here. It's just there. He can easily move and grab that. He's not going for an upgrade. I think he's going for Vertigo Bombers, which is a wise decision. Does sell off one of his War Factories, or maybe he's going for a Redeemer again. No, he's not building anything with that. He's not actually building anything. He's got infantry units moving. He does destroy the husk, so the engineers were there. They were there, but unfortunately Wookibert just had them rallied. Hadn't quite got them to finish off yet. And again, he's got Scorpion tanks, which are going to be good against the APCs, but again, he just doesn't have Dozer Blades. Looks like both those engineers just got sniped down as well, unless they ran away. They do have fast legs. No, they are. I think that's the same ones. Again, he can just send them off around the map. KiMOsaBE does hold both Spike. I'm not even going to bother zooming over there. And now Wookibert realizing, yep, nice. It wasn't 100% too late, but it was still, would have liked him to move a little bit earlier. Again, Enlightened Squad rolling around, not going for any upgrades, so surprisingly effective with this infantry defense. But KiMOsaBE is moving his base over here. There wasn't a lot of Tiberium there, but he's turned it into 4 Juggernauts and a Marv, so he's got himself an attack force here. But again, it's not very heavy infantry focused, so the MCV now trying to move. I think he's going to try to move up here. Wookibert is here. Again, could recycle some of his base. Vertigo Bombers are out in force. He needs 2 of them to destroy an what do you call it, Juggernaut. But I think he's just going to start bombing now, just so he can slow KiMOsaBE down. KiMOsaBE forced to obviously build counters to those, and he does get a splash off there, which is nice. The veteran Juggernaut does make it, or does withstand that damage quite nicely, but again, against this infantry force, not going to be too good. These avatars, they need some repairs, don't they? They're all just recovered off the ground, and again, Wookibert, he only has 1 Vertigo Bomber. He needs a second, but I think he's trying to get a refinery down, and he's trying to get base defenses down, so he doesn't actually have a refinery queued. Battle marker over there. It is a bike just driving into this base. Not a lot to kill there. There is scattered Tiberium over here, which KiMOsaBE now sees, and of course he's going for a lot of hammerheads as well, so that's nice. Battle markers somewhere. It's just units standing on Tiberium. Oh, what's happening over there? Something happened. Did we see a Rage Gen? Oh no, it's a Vertigo Bomber flying off. Manages to get a kill on those Juggernauts. On one Juggernaut, and that Stealth Tower was not placed in a good position. That was not the best position in the world. EMP Blast comes forward, gets everything. He gets everything. He could move into position now. He could. Here come the Orcas, Heroic Orcas. He gets another Imp Blast down, so that's nice work there. But Heroic Orcas going to destroy. Oh my god, they destroy the avatars so fast, even though they're at half health. And more EMP Blast. EMP Blasts. Oh no, but here come the Hammerheads, and that could route this attack. Without the Hammerheads, he might have been okay. More Imps landing, but again, there's too many Hammerheads. There's no Tib Infusion Rockets. There's no Tib Core. There's no real AA here in the. Again, Wookibert just sells up. Wookibert is selling out of this game, and oh man, I think he's just going to throw it in there. So he probably could have withstood that defense maybe a little bit more, but at the end of the day, wow. I think that was a great game by both players. A lot of action on that level there. Half an hour gameplay, but I think at the end of the day, if we had to put it down to it, it's just KiMOsaBE's experience in that game that won him through, because about 3/4 of the way through, Wookibert was just losing every single engagement. I think it's just the fact that he was in that really late game where he just didn't know what to do, but he did have a great stand. He recovered, he regrouped, and he smashed KiMOsaBE's attacks, but unfortunately, look at that, 254,000 to 229,000, so he got about 24,000 more than KiMOsaBE. But if we look at the resources graph, he only took off on about the 12-minute mark, obviously because he fast-teched, and that's surprising. He was significantly ahead of KiMOsaBE. I didn't realize that. The whole game, all I could see was Wookibert's harvests getting destroyed and Tiberium not getting refined, but apparently he was still harvesting a ton more Tiberium in that game, so definitely making it up for it. Again, KiMOsaBE really only worked 2 fields the whole game, and then he was just getting scraps off the other 2 fields that he took towards the end of the game. Try to bend it back a little bit, but that's a big difference right there. There's a huge difference in economy there, and I think it just showed, again, lack of AA from Wookibert, costing him too many Spectres and too many avatars. Great EMP control in some of those fights where he really brought the EMP to bear. He just completely shut down KiMOsaBE. KiMOsaBE didn't have enough anti-infantry here and there, but again, at the end of the day, there was just a few periods where Wookibert just went down too many times and too many engagements. Most of them were happening simultaneously, which really hurt him, again, losing a lot of units right there at that mark there. He almost lost the game at that point in time, so pretty crazy game. KiMOsaBE, of course, jumping ahead at the last second. So, or not the last second, but most of the game, maybe because of his infantry and his air and things like that. But great game by both these players. A very entertaining game on Tournament Coastline. Nope, Tournament Coastline, sorry. That's the yellow zone version. Infested Coastline, red zone version. But hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to be bringing some more special VODs up, 2v2s with the mic on and everything like that. So it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned to my channel. I'm Green Zero, and I'll see you all next time.